Of Hollywood's most recognizable bad guys, playing roles in movies and TV.
And he was like 12 or 13, I remember, but
Danny Trejo is one of Hollywood's most recognizable faces, known for playing villains and tough guys in movies and TV shows. His face, covered in scars and tattoos, seems like it belongs to someone who has always lived on the edge. But behind the intimidating image is a life full of struggle, danger, and transformation. Few people know the story of the man behind the roles, the hardships he endured, and how he turned his life around. Trejo's story is not just about crime or Hollywood success, it's about survival, courage, and second chances. Danny Trejo was born on May 16, 1944, in Maywood, California. His early life was complicated and tense. His mother, Dolores, had a child with Danny Trejo while her husband was away fighting in World War II. This situation created a stigma around Danny's birth. He grew up feeling like a symbol of betrayal, a child who reminded people of something they wished to forget. To make things worse, his father became a wanted man after committing a violent crime in Los Angeles. Danny's family fled to San Antonio, Texas, to hide. He spent the first year of his life moving between homes, learning that danger and fear were constant companions. When they returned to Los Angeles, Danny turned himself in, leaving Danny to live in a household where violence and fear shaped his earliest memories. These experiences taught him that life could be unpredictable and that survival required toughness and caution. Even as a young child, Danny faced moments of separation and loneliness that shaped his character. When he was 5, a minor injury caused his father to remove his mother from his life. From that point on, he was separated from his mother and sister for 16 years, forced to live with his grandmother and cousins. In this household, he learned to make himself small, to avoid attracting attention, and to endure hardships quietly. Despite the fear and violence surrounding him, there were moments of comfort, mainly through his stepmother Alice Mendoza. She could not stop the chaos in his life, but she offered him glimpses of warmth and safety, teaching him that even in a harsh world, kindness existed. These early experiences shaped his understanding of trust, love, and resilience, lessons he would carry throughout his life. Danny's childhood also introduced him to the darker side of survival in unexpected ways. His uncle Gilbert, only 6 years older than him, introduced Danny to drugs when he was 8. At first, it felt like a shared secret and a way to belong. But the situation escalated quickly, and by age 12, Danny had already overdosed on heroin for the first time. Along with drugs, he was pulled into criminal activities, running errands, carrying drug balloons, and learning the rhythm of crime while other children his age were attending school. At the same time, his uncle also trained him in boxing, but the training was harsh and violent, designed to toughen him up rather than teach a sport. These early experiences taught Danny that strength, fighting, and fear could be tools for survival in a world that often showed no mercy. By his teenage years, Danny's life outside the home mirrored the chaos he experienced inside. Street fights, robberies, and gang involvement became part of his daily existence. Surviving required him to appear unpredictable, to embrace violence as a shield, and to adapt quickly to threats. In 1965, at the age of 21, Danny was arrested for selling what authorities claimed was heroin to undercover federal agents. Whether it was sugar or drugs, the conviction led him to a harsh 10-year prison sentence. Entering San Quentin, one of California's most dangerous prisons, Danny faced a world governed by strict and brutal rules. Racial divisions, territorial disputes, and random violence were the norm. Survival demanded physical strength, mental toughness, and the ability to understand fear. Danny's boxing training from childhood finally found purpose, as he became a champion inside the prison, earning respect and a degree of protection from other inmates. Prison life, however, was not only about survival. It also taught Danny lessons in observation and human behavior. During his time in Los Angeles County Jail before San Quentin, he met Charles Manson, a skinny, unassuming inmate. Manson had a peculiar ability to hypnotize people without drugs. Though Danny and his cellmates initially dismissed it as a curiosity, they allowed him to demonstrate it. This encounter left Danny with a unique perspective. Even someone who seemed weak could influence others in powerful ways. Years later, when Manson became infamous for his crimes, Danny recalled the strange irony of meeting such darkness at a time when he was trying to navigate his own survival. Life in prison also brought moments of near tragedy. On May 5, 1968, during the Cinco de Mayo riot at Soledad State Prison, Danny found himself in the middle of chaos. In the heat of the moment, he threw a rock to protect himself, accidentally hitting a guard. This incident could have cost him his life. He was placed in solitary confinement for 3 months, facing potential death penalty charges. The isolation tested his mental resilience, pushing him to relive entire movie scenes from memory just to keep his mind occupied. During this period, Danny made a personal promise to God: if he survived, he would dedicate his life to helping others rather than harming himself. This promise became the cornerstone of his future decisions, shaping his path toward redemption and meaningful action. Upon his release from prison in 1969, Danny Trejo faced the challenge of rebuilding his life. He focused on sobriety, attending Alcoholics Anonymous meetings, and helping other addicts navigate the same path he had almost fallen off. His experiences in prison, coupled with the promise he made to himself, guided him to become a mentor and counselor. In 1985, he was called to assist a young man struggling with drugs, which unexpectedly led him to a Hollywood film set. His real-life toughness and prison experience made him a perfect fit for the role of a convict, and he was hired as a paid extra. This marked the beginning of his Hollywood career, where he would eventually become one of the most recognized tough guy actors in the world. Trejo's journey in Hollywood was a testament to his resilience. He leveraged his boxing skills to train actors, earning recognition and better opportunities. His work in films like Runaway Train not only showcased his abilities but also reflected his authenticity and life experiences. Over time, he built a career spanning hundreds of movies and television shows, consistently portraying characters with a raw sense of danger and honesty. Yet, despite his fame, Trejo remained committed to his personal mission of helping others, often hiring former inmates and individuals in recovery for his businesses, including Cho's Tacos and Cho's Coffee and Donuts. These ventures allowed him to provide second chances and employment opportunities for people society often overlooked. Trejo's life has also been marked by health challenges. In 2010, he was diagnosed with liver cancer, a fight he kept private to protect his career. He underwent specialized treatments to target the tumor directly, enduring pain and uncertainty while maintaining a tough public image. Surviving cancer added a new layer of caution and awareness to his life, teaching him the fragility of health even for someone known for physical toughness. His perseverance through this personal battle reinforced the themes of resilience and second chances that have defined his life. Even in 2019, Danny Trejo demonstrated his courage and compassion beyond Hollywood. He witnessed a car accident involving a special needs child and immediately intervened, helping free the trapped child alongside other bystanders. His calm, practical approach and experience from past hardships enabled him to act decisively, turning fear into action. This incident highlighted the continuity of his life's lessons. The same hands that once engaged in crime were now capable of saving lives. Trejo's consistent dedication to helping others reinforces the impact of the promise he made to himself decades earlier. In summary, Danny Trejo's life is a remarkable story of survival, transformation, and redemption. From a childhood filled with fear, separation, and exposure to crime, he endured imprisonment, drug addiction, and violence. Through personal reflection, spiritual commitment, and sheer determination, he rebuilt his life, finding purpose in helping others, succeeding in Hollywood, and establishing businesses that give back to the community. His experiences illustrate the power of second chances, resilience, and the human capacity to turn past struggles into a life of meaning and courage. Danny Trejo is more than a tough guy on screen. He is a living example of redemption, hope, and the strength to overcome even the darkest chapters of life. Danny Trejo is one of Hollywood's most recognizable faces, known for playing villains, tough guys, and criminals in movies and TV shows. His face, covered with scars and tattoos, immediately signals danger and toughness. Yet, behind that intimidating appearance lies a life full of hardship, danger, and transformation. Few people truly know the story of the man behind the screen, the challenges he endured, and how he turned his life around. Danny Trejo's story is not only about crime, prison, or Hollywood fame, it is a story of survival, resilience, courage, and second chances. His life shows how someone can rise above early trauma and mistakes to become a force for good, even while remaining a tough presence in Hollywood. Danny Trejo was born on May 16, 1944, in Maywood, California, during a time when the world was at war. His early life was far from easy. His mother, Dolores, became pregnant with Danny after meeting Danny Trejo while her husband was away fighting in World War II. This situation immediately cast a shadow over Danny's childhood. He grew up feeling like a symbol of betrayal, a child who reminded people of something they did not want to confront. The stigma affected him deeply, shaping how he viewed himself and his place in the world. Soon after Danny was born, his father committed a violent crime in Los Angeles and became a wanted man. Fearing for their safety, the family fled to San Antonio, Texas, taking a baby and a young girl with them. This early period of Danny's life was defined by constant fear, instability, and the lesson that life could change suddenly and without warning. When Danny was just 5 years old, he faced another traumatic event. A small accident, spraining his arm, led his father to remove Danny's mother from his life entirely. From that point forward, Danny was separated from the one person who might have softened the harshness of his early years. He would not see his mother or sister again for 16 years. During this time, he lived with his grandmother and cousins, learning to take up as little space as possible. Even in this difficult environment, Danny found moments of comfort. His stepmother, Alice Mendoza, provided him with glimpses of safety, warmth, and care. Though she could not protect him from the larger chaos of his family life, her presence taught Danny that kindness could exist even in the hardest circumstances. These early experiences of separation, fear, and small acts of